has and had. Okay, so let me see. Do we say I does my homework or I do my homework? I do my homework. So I takes what? Do. Do we say you does your homework or do we say you do your homework? Okay. Do we say do you want to play or do we say does you want to play? Excellent. So you takes do. Okay. And do we say we does our homework or we do? So we takes do. Do we say they does their homework or do we say they do their homework? So let's put it very straight here. I, you, we, they takes what? Do. Very easy. When you see I or you or we or they, if it's in the present, if it's happening now, it will take do. Okay? Time. How, when would you use does? When we have he, she, and it. Okay? He, she, and it. He does his homework. Okay? She does her homework. Okay? It, for example, does a sound. For example, I'm talking about the bell. The bell does a sound. Okay? Can I say the bell do a sound? Of course not. It does a sound or the bell does a sound. So what does this tell us, grade 2? That if we are now in the present, okay, right now, if we have he, she, or it will take does. If we're talking about one person boy, one person girl, or one thing only, we will say does. The bell does. She does. So Laura does. He does. So if I say Jack in the sentence, it will take does. If it's talking about now. And if I see a lot of people, we, they, or the friends, or the students, okay, it will take do. The students do their homework. So we and they or any noun that is many people will take do if it's talking about now. Also, what is like that? I and you. Once you see I and you cannot use does. You have to use do. Okay, so do and does, like I'm showing you here, these are when we are talking about now. Okay, the easiest part now. What if I'm saying I, you, Jake, my friends, the students, yesterday, last week, in the past? What are we gonna say? Exactly like has and had. Has and have, their past are had, both of them, and here, both of them, their past is what? Did. So do and does now, like I explained, and did is in the past. Let me read again so you can focus very well. Let me see. Here it's telling you what? Present, do. For we. We do our homework. Present, so now, for Janet, does. Janet does her homework. Present, okay? Here, he, she, and it, they are one person. So, does, still does in the present. Pedro and Sam, so this is more than one person. We give them do. They is more than one person, so it takes do. Can you look at the past? It's the same. Anything that is in the past that had do or does will take what? Exactly did. So look how what he did. They did their best work with Jack. Okay? He does square patterns. We do striped patterns together because we, so it took do, because he, so it took does. So let me see how we're going to solve this. Circle the correct word for each sentence. The exact same thing as the exercise of has and had. Last week, they did some patterns with Jack. Okay, so let me see something first of all. They one or many? Many. So they takes what? Do. Okay, you have do. But what is it talking about? Last week. Is it now or yesterday? I will give you 1 second. Last week, yesterday. So last week they do, last week, or last week they, excellent, did. So number 1 here will be did, okay? Now, what about number 2? I'm still here to help you. Jake, great patterns. What are the options you have? It's either do or does. Okay, so we're talking about the present now. Jake, is it one person? Yes, like he or Janet. What does he or Janet take? Does. So do or does. Jake do or does. Jake, yes, Jake does. Okay? Now I want you to take all the time you need to solve this exercise, okay? And I will be right here. You can ask me anything, but please listen very well and do not get distracted in the explanation I gave you a little bit before, because it's very important. It's the only thing that will let you know how to solve this correctly. And when you're done, we're gonna go to this page. What is it? 122. So 122. What is 122 asking us? Okay. Page 122. It's exactly the same thing, but one will be about have, had, or has, and one will be about do and does and did. So let me see. First exercise, irregular verbs. So what are the irregular verbs we took today? Again, let's repeat them together. Has, have, okay, had. What also did we take? Did, do, sorry, first, does, okay, and the past of both of them is did. Okay, let's read. Number 1. Circle the verb that correctly completes each sentence. Easy, we've done this already. Okay, let's read the whole sentence. Remember, please always read the whole sentence. Last week, the goat and lamb have or had long hair. Okay, what are we talking? Yesterday or today? Last week. Yes, in the past, right? So last week, the goat and lamb have or had long hair. Last week, past, automatically you will think alone, had, right? Had is the past. So number 1 will be had. Okay, very good. What about number 2? I will give you a minute to think about this. It's so easy. Yesterday, they have had a haircut. Yesterday, he didn't say now. He didn't say today. So what? Yesterday what? Have? Yesterday, they have a haircut. Yes, you are right. Yesterday, they had. Had, because it's past. It's saying in front of us yesterday, right? So number 2 is also had. Okay, what about the last 3? You will do them alone. You will look if it has now. So you will see now takes what? Does it take had? Of course not. Okay, but here, Miss Hiba, there's no had. There's has and have. The lamb is one person or many? It is one. So when it's one, what happens? You know that. Okay, then when you finish this, you will do this. It's the exact same thing. Write the correct verb to finish each sentence. The difference here is that this is talking about do and did and does. So let me see number 1. Jerry. Okay, Jerry, like he, because he is one boy. Space, something fun, and then you have do and does. So what do we say? Jerry do something fun, or Jerry, one person, does something fun. What if you don't remember grade 2? What you will do when I'm not here in the video? You will go back. You will see Jerry, he, like Janet, he, okay, does. Excellent. So Jerry does something fun, because Jerry is one person and one person takes does. So number 6 will be does. Okay, let me help you also with number 7. Tonya and Raj. Okay, so 2 people. A dance on the rug. When I have 2 people, when I had one person, I use does. When I have 2 people, what do I say? Tonya and Raj does a dance on the rug, or Tonya and Raj do. Excellent. Do, because there are many people, and many people take what? Do. So from 8 to 10, sorry, you will do it on your own. You need to think very well. You will see they, okay? It will take what? It is many. Okay? Is it saying, for example, yesterday or today? It's saying yesterday. When we have yesterday, it means in the past. When something is in the past, we use did. When something is now, we use do or does, depending on if it's he or she or they. So please focus. I know that it's kind of tricky, but you can do it, and I will be right here. Okay, my lovely students?